Hello friends, I hope you are over the moon. I am going to explain the poem Be the Best Whatever You Are from 7th class new textbook. In this video, you will know number 1 explanation of every stanza, number 2 rhyming scheme, number 3 tone of the poem, number 4 theme of the poem, number 5 language devices used in this poem. Let us know about the author of this poem. The author of this poem is Douglas Malloch. He was born on May 5, 1877. He was died on July 2, 1938. He was an American poet, short story writer, and associate editor of American Lumberman, a trade paper in Chicago. This American Lumberman is a trade paper in Chicago. He was known as Lumberman's poet. It is very important. Lumberman's poet. Who is he? Lumberman's poet. Lumberman poet is Douglas Malloch. Both locally and nationally, he was famous as Lumberman's poet. Note it. Okay. He is noted for writing Round River Drive. He wrote a book that is Round River Drive and Be the Best of Whatever You Are. So he also wrote the present poem. What is that? Be the best of whatever you are. In addition to many other creations, he wrote many poems like A Man. He wrote a poem, A Man, and I Find Today. He wrote another poem, And I Find Today. Okay, so this is about Douglas Malloch. Let me read the poem for you. If you cannot be a pine on the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley, but be the best little scrub by the side of the rill. Be a bush if you cannot be a tree. If you cannot be a bush, be a bit of the grass, and some highway happier make. If you cannot be a muskie, then just be a bass, but the loveliest bass in the lake. We can't all be captains, we have got be crave. There is something for all of us here. There is a big work to do and there is a lesser to do. And the task we must do is the near. If you cannot be a highway, then just be a trail. If you cannot be the sun, then be a star. It is and by the size that you win or fail. Be the best of whatever you are. Let us see the glossary of this poem. Scrub means bush. Rill means streamlet. Muskie means a species of fish found in North America. It is a special fish. It is big in size. Bass, this also fish, shared by many species of fish. Black basses, Asian basses. So muskie is a special type of fish. Bass is the normal fish. Crave means staff. We see crave in a ship. Let me explain the first stanza for you. If you are unable to become a pine tree grown on a hilltop, just to become a little scrub in the valley. That is the best little scrub grown on the side of the stream. If you cannot be a tree, be a bush. Let us see second stanza explanation. If you still cannot be a bush, just to become a piece of grass. And to make some highway happier, become a bass if you cannot become a muskie, but you must become the loveliest bass in the lake. Let us see third stanza explanation. We all cannot become captains as some of us have to become a crew. All of us have some duties and functions for some people. These are big work to do, and for some there is a very little work. And the work we'll all have to do is lying near us. Let us see third stanza explanation is over, and now fourth stanza explanation. If you cannot become a highway, become a small path. If you cannot become the sun, then just become a star. The size does not matter in failure or success. Whatever you are, be the best of it. The theme of this poem is Be the Best. Is an inspirational poem. So theme of this poem is an inspirational. Is motivating us, is encouraging the youth. Okay. Rhyming scheme. What is the rhyming scheme? A B, A B, C D, C D, E F, E F, A F, A F. The rhyming scheme of this poem is A B, A B, C D, C D, E F, E F, A F, A F. In this poem, we have total 4 stanzas. 4 stanzas. Each contains 4 lines. Total we have 16 lines. In this poem, we have 4 stanzas. Each stanza contains 4 lines. Total 16 lines. In this poem, we find iambic pentameter. In this poem, we find iambic pentameter. I have already explained about this iambic pentameter in the poem A Fairy Song. In this rhyme we see, in this poem we see alternative rhyming scheme. So A B, A B, C D, C D, like this. We see this alternative rhyming scheme. This poem is written in a blank verse. This poem is written in a blank verse. Now the tone of this poem is saddish. In this poem, the poet is feeling sad because he is not achieving anything great, or he is motivating the other people who are not being good. At least they must become the best in what they have, the surroundings. See, but the poet still has a humorous speech. So the tone of this poem is saddish, but the poet still has a humorous speech around this poem. In this poem, we can see metaphors. Metaphors. So what is a metaphor? Here is the definition. What is the metaphor? Metaphor is contrasting examples. Metaphor is contrasting examples, contrasting ideas from nature to make metaphors for something big and its corresponding small one in regard to achievements in life. So he contrasted small things and great achievements in life. See here, he used different kinds of contrast. Number 1, pine. So he contrasted pine, scrub, tree, bush, a bit of grass, muskie, beige, captain, crew, highway, trail, the sun, a star. So he contrasted between these 2 things. What are they? A pine, a scrub, a tree, a bush, a bit of grass, muskie, base, captain, crew, highway, trail, the sun, and a star. So he contrasted this. That's why these are called metaphor. These are the metaphors. In this poem, the poet Douglas Murlock used alliteration. Alliteration means The occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. So, what is the alliteration? The occurrence of the same letter or sound. See here, if you cannot be a bush, be a bit of the grass, and some highway happier make. See here we have H, repeated H. Here in this sentence, B, 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 B. These are the repetition of letters or the sound. So it is called alliteration. And see another example, do, do, do. There is a big work to do and there is a lesser to do. And to task we must do is the near. So here he used do and do. So this is also alliteration because the repetition of the sound or the letters do. In this poem, the poet used antithesis. So what is an antithesis? An antithesis is a pair of statements or images in which the one reverses the other. The pair is written with similar grammatical structures to show more contrast. So it is also as same as a opposite comparison. And saying about opposite things in life. So here see, it is meant by says that you win or fail. Fail is opposite to win. So these are the antithesis, opposites. He is using the opposite words in his poem. In this poem, Douglas Malloch used imagery. What is imagery? Imagery is a vivid and vibrant form of description. Description means explaining about someone or something that appeals to readers' senses and imagination. So here the line is a pine on the top of the hill, the best little scrub by the side of the rill. Through these lines, the poet is showing the imagination. So this is about the poem Be the Best Whatever You Are, which was written by Douglas Malloch, who was called Lumberman's poet. Thank you all. Be happy.